Oh my goodness. Woo! I love pizza and I love to eat a lot of it, but I have goals. And that whole pizza you just saw is only 631 calories with 53 grams of protein. For the whole pizza. It's my most famous recipe of all time with thousands of recreations. But before I show you how to make it, let's go get some pizza in Austin, Texas, and then we'll get back in the kitchen. How are you?
Pretty good, pretty good.
Can I get one large pizza? Cheese, classic.
Absolutely, just basic cheese.
Wow.
I fucking love pizza.
I'll give it a 8.1. That's crazy. A whole slice of this pizza is 375 calories.
Oh, hell no!
I want you guys to be able to eat pizza 7 days a week, literally 7 pizzas. And what I'm gonna do is show you guys how to do that with my pizza that's only 650 calories, 53 grams of protein for the whole pizza. I got some extra pizza. Do you want some pizza?
Yeah, please. Is
Of
that
course.
whole pizza?
It's a whole pizza. Look at this thing.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, look. Got you a whole pizza, my man.
I think you meant.
Hey, appreciate you,
Hey,
dude.
nice shirt.
Of course. Yes, sir. All right, guys, I just checked my analytics and it says the majority of you guys are not subscribed to the channel. When I just said subscribe, the button should be glowing right now. Press that shit because you're gonna be getting the best macro-friendly recipes on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button. Let's get back to the video. The first ingredient I'm gonna add in here is a self-rising flour. I love self-rising flour just because it's 3 ingredients in one. You get flour, you get a baking powder, and you get some added sea salt, which we were gonna add anyways. We're gonna add this inside the bowl, and we're going dry ingredients first before the wet ingredients. It's gonna avoid clumping. So now we're gonna go coconut flour. Okay, so why coconut flour is such a great ingredient is it's 4 times as absorbent as self-rising flour. We're saving about 120 calories because 12 grams of coconut flour is 51 calories. 12 times 4 is 48. We're saving 48 grams of flour, which is around 170 calories. So a balance between the all-purpose flour and the coconut flour is key here. We don't want to go all coconut flour because your pizza crust will end up drier than the Sahara. So now we're gonna add a little bit more flavor to this actual dough. I like to use what's called nutritional yeast. It's pretty much a seasoning that's high protein and then also gives it a cheesy flavor. So most people confuse this ingredient with dried instant yeast because that's what you need in a pizza recipe where you have to let it rise for like 37 years in order to be able to eat it. Dry instant yeast is not the same as nutritional yeast. I love to use this to give like a cheesy undertone. Per 2 tablespoons, it's 5 grams of protein and it's only 40 calories. So I love to use this. Next, we're gonna add, this is personal preference, we're gonna add a little bit of garlic powder in here. I just go with it, 1, 2, 3, 4. So now, big point right here, we're gonna mix this to avoid clumping. You do not want to not mix it because then you'll have clumps of ingredients when you add your wet ingredients in there. And we don't want clumpies. So now it's time for the wet ingredients. Feuille. Greek yogurt for macro-friendly recipes, a Swiss Army knife. You wanna have this in your kitchen. It holds moisture really well. It's a great binding agent. The acidity in it helps with the rising of whatever you're baking or cooking. And lastly, it's got the macros of the gods, only 90 calories, 18 grams of protein. We're gonna add 150 grams of this in there. Now we're gonna add 75 grams of egg whites. It adds a lot of stability to the recipe whenever you cook it, adds a lot of structure, and then also adds a ton of protein without adding any extra weird flavors. All right, so now this is when things are gonna get a little weird. We're gonna start mixing this together and trust the process. The weirdness is an asset. It has personality. Look, that's gonna make a pizza, trust me. So we're gonna take some parchment paper. I know this is the pizza pan I wanna use when I wanna make a 12-inch pizza. We're going to take this out. It's gonna fully cover the pan. So we're just gonna cut that across. Now that we know this fits the whole pan, the pan goes bye-bye. This spreadable crust, I don't have to wait for it to rise. I don't have to throw around a bunch of flour everywhere and then I have to throw it in the air with my hands. Just make my kitchen a big old mess. Literally, I just make my dough in a bowl. Then I just add to a piece of parchment paper and then I just shape into a crust and then I'm good to go. I can have pizza in no time. So when spreading this crust, we want to start with a circular motion from in to out. So I'm taking my spoon and I'm spreading in the middle and I'm pushing the crust outward. And I'm trying to have the middle part of the dough like a thin crust and then the outside is going to be that shape of a crust. You're going to have a thicker outside for the crust. Once it gets to about a 13-inch in diameter pizza, that's when I know I've really spread this crust out to its fullest capabilities. You can literally now just add this right into the oven. We want it to be solid, slightly golden. Then we're gonna add our toppings, add it back in the oven and finish it off. You wanna put it in the oven, 450 degrees Fahrenheit for about 8 to 10 minutes. A little bit of golding happening around the edges. And this might happen just because certain parts of your oven are hotter than others. You want something that you can just peel right off, and then we can set right back onto the pan. And you'll notice it smells pretty good, huh? It smells pretty good. It's starting to come together. All right, so it's time to build a pizza. We're making a classic cheese pizza, our pizza sauce, and our mozzarella. Here's what you need to look at whenever you're looking at the ingredient profile of your pizza sauce. You're looking at as low calorie as possible. Usually you're gonna see a lot more fat in these. 6 carb, 1 protein. So 35 calories. We don't want our pizza sauce to be adding a ton of calories. We're going to be adding 90 grams of this sauce. Now we're gonna spread out our sauce. Okay, so now we're going our mozzarella. I love the Whole Foods ones because I found it melts the best. A lot of people want to use fat-free. It's like an extra starch that they put on there that makes it not coat. You wash that off, it tends to melt well. I think that's, I'm not washing my cheese and I'm okay with some little extra fat. So you can lower the calories more. I like this one. 5 grams of fat, 8 grams of protein. I know a handful to be about 28 grams. So now we've added our cheese. Here's the last pro tip you can do. This is totally optional. So we have our olive oil, avocado oil hybrid mix here. You're going to spray the crust. And then you're gonna make this into a garlic crust. Add this along the edge. And now our pizza is ready to go in the oven. All right, here we go. Add to the oven, 450 degrees, 45 minutes till golden. Bye-bye. All right, so I know how it is to follow some recipes off YouTube. It can be kind of a pain. So I made a beautiful recipe PDF for you for this full pizza recipe. It has the macros, all the ingredients, all the directions, all in one place. It's the first link in the description below if you want to check it out. Literally takes 10 seconds to get. Let's get back to the video. Game time. I told you, trust the process. 650 calories. Slicing and dicing. Slam it down. So now we're gonna take this right here and we're gonna see if there's any cheesy pulls. Talk to me, dirty. Do I burn my mouth right now? Come on now, look at this pizza. It smells like a pizza, it looks like a pizza, but the macros, don't say it's a pizza. All right, here we go. Oh, yeah. I'm this slice up. If you didn't tell me this was 650 calories, 53 grams of protein for the whole pizza, I would rate this a 7.8, 8 out of 10 pizza. Then once you hear the macros, you're like, sign me the moment of truth.
Ready? Bro.
Right?
You outdid yourself.
Thank you. Hey, I'm not paying him to say that. Love you guys, appreciate you guys.